Hello! How is everybody? Pretty good day to be a New York Ranger fan, the day after Game 7 yesterday, which was awesome. The New York Rangers defeat the Washington Capitals in Game 7 in overtime, which was crazy. So, good news. My New York Rangers go to the East Final for the third time in 4 years. I don't know if they can beat Tampa Bay. We'll see. There's some good ex-Ranger players on Tampa Bay, so that could curse the Rangers. Anyway, this is my video about NHL Round 3 playoff predictions, the Final Four. So hello. Hello to my 8 subscribers, and hello to anyone else who eventually watches this. May 14th, I'm recording this from my kitchen. I figured I'd use some daylight. Eventually I'll do videos around my house. And yeah, we'll just kind of go from there. So for round 1, I was 7 for 8 in my first round NHL Stanley Cup predictions, which is amazing for me. That's unheard of. The only one I picked wrong was I picked Ottawa to beat Montreal. I figured Ottawa would. I drafted some Ottawa players in my hockey pool this year, and Ottawa didn't pull it off. And then round 2, amazingly, round 2, I went 3 for 4. I went with the Minnesota Wild to upset Chicago Blackhawks because I figured Chicago would maybe have a little bit of the LA Kings factor, fatigue, playing so many playoff games the last few years, winning cup after cup, and Minnesota would sneak out the series, but they didn't. So I was 3 for 4 in the second round, so I'm doing amazing in this playoffs. And these are my predictions, which, spoiler alert, are probably the same because I'm not going to change them. So Anaheim and Chicago in the West Final, which is awesome. Chicago's been in the West Final the last couple years. They won the Stanley Cup 2 years ago, and then they won the Stanley Cup, what, 5 years ago? 4 years ago? Something? 5 years ago? I'm picking Anaheim. I'm picking Anaheim to beat Chicago. I think it's going to be a long series, 7 games. The Anaheim Ducks are going to beat the Chicago Blackhawks. I just think the addition of Ryan Kesler is going to help Anaheim immensely. I think Corey Perry and Ryan Getzlaf are dangerous. I mean, these teams match up pretty well. I mean, Chicago might beat them in defense and coaching by a little bit, but this should be a great series if you're a hockey fan. So even if you're a Blackhawks fan, this should be some really good hockey. So in the West Final, I'm going with Anaheim to go to the Stanley Cup Final. And in the East, we have the New York Rangers versus the Tampa Bay Lightning, which is crazy. Yeah, Tampa Bay hasn't been to the Final Four since 2011, and you know, I love the Rangers, and I want the New York Rangers, obviously, to do well, and if they make it to the Stanley Cup Final, awesome. You know, that's the fan, that's my heart. But my hockey brain was telling me all along that Tampa Bay is going to beat my New York Rangers. I'm picking 6 games. I think Tampa Bay will beat my New York Rangers in 6 games and advance to the Stanley Cup Final. So my Stanley Cup Final prediction, which I might have revealed in my original playoff prediction video, is the Anaheim Ducks out of the West versus the Tampa Bay Lightning out of the East. Of course, I would love the Rangers to make it, but I got to go with my hockey brain, and something tells me this is Tampa Bay's year. So, but Steven Stamkos has to score some goddamn goals, and so does Rick Nash. Seriously. Anyway, so yeah, that's this video. Short and sweet. Follow me on Twitter. It's awesome. I haven't noticed until just like a couple days ago. My Twitter is actually Reed William Dudar on Twitter, not Reed Dudar. Maybe you can find me the same way. I don't know if that matters. But it's Reed William Dudar on Twitter.com. So if you're an adult, over 18, can handle my strong criticism of Big Brother and Survivor, follow me on Twitter. I love movies. I love sexy women of porn. I sometimes tweet about wrestling when I'm not pissed off at it. Obviously, I talk about hockey. Obviously, I talk about daily life and the usual bullshit everyone talks about on Twitter. So follow me on Twitter, Reed William Dudar at Twitter.com. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, I mean, maybe you do, follow me on Instagram. It's Reed_Dudar97 on Instagram. So feel free. Eventually I'll figure out a way to link Twitter and Instagram and all that to this YouTube channel. I'll get there. And yeah, so yeah, Anaheim versus Tampa Bay, my Stanley Cup final. But how crazy would it be if Chicago does make it to the final with Brad Richards on that team, who used to play for the Tampa Bay Lightning, obviously, and he won a Conn Smythe Trophy there when they won the Cup in 2004, or if the Chicago Blackhawks faced the New York Rangers, where the New York Rangers offered him a shitload of money, and he played there decently for about 3 years, 2 or 3 years. So yeah, Brad Richards' underline story if Chicago makes it to the Stanley Cup final. Anyway, thank you very much. NHL awards should have 4 nominees, not 3. Carey Price will probably win the Hart Trophy and the Vezina Trophy, and he will deserve it, unlike Jose Theodore when he won it way back in 2002. I'm happy the Montreal Canadiens got eliminated because a lot of their fans are a little hard to deal with. You know, Montreal, I'm sorry, you haven't won a Stanley Cup since 1993. You need to calm down a bit. Yes, you have a rich tradition and everyone respects the city and the culture of hockey, but some of those fans are a little hard to take. But Carey Price just proved, and the Montreal Canadiens just proved, you can have an average team with an above-average goalie, and that's what the Montreal Canadiens were. They weren't going to win the Stanley Cup. Awesome. I just pissed off Montreal Canadiens fans. So thank you very much. Follow me on Twitter, subscribe, hit a comment, tell me what your Stanley Cup final is. Check it out. I'll read it. I'll get back to you, even the hateful things. Have a good day. Thanks very much. Go Rangers. Somehow. Thanks. Peace.